Welcome to The Explainer. We've all been there, right? That little moment of frustration. You get a notification, you tap it, and when the app opens, there's nothing new. So today we're going to break down exactly why that happens.
So your phone buzzes. You see that alert pop up. A new message, an update, something. You tap it, the app springs to life, and it's empty. Where's the new stuff? It feels like it's broken, but there's actually a really interesting reason for this.
Okay, so let's start with what we think should happen. That tab, it feels like it holds a promise.
I mean, that little banner is basically a guarantee, right? It says, hey, there's something new in here for you. A message, a comment, whatever it is. So naturally, you expect that when you tap it, you're going to see that new thing, instantly.
But then, reality hits, and it's not what you expected.
You're just staring at the same old screen. There's nothing new. So what do? You pull down to refresh. Maybe you even kill the app and open it again. But still nothing. That update you were promised, it's just gone. It feels completely broken.
So, what gives? Why is there this disconnect? Well, here's the thing. It's almost never a bug. It's actually a feature, believe it or not. It's the result of a very specific design choice, a trade-off that's being made behind the scenes. To really get why this happens, you have to understand a key concept. The notification and the actual content are two totally different things. They're not connected. In fact, they take two separate paths to get to your phone. So that little banner that pops up, it's not the message. It's not the photo. It's just an alert. Think of it as a super lightweight, tiny signal whose only job is to give your phone a heads up that something might be there.
Here's a perfect analogy. The notification is like the delivery slip, not the actual package. You know that little piece of paper they stick on your door? Tapping on the notification is you telling the app, okay, I got the slip. Now go get the package from the warehouse.
And this table really shows you the difference. Look at the alert. It's just a tiny, fast message. It gets sent out by a huge global push service, think Apple or Google, and its only job is to get your attention fast. But the content, that's the real data, the whole shebang. It comes from the app's own server, and its job is to actually show up inside the app. Two different things, two different jobs.
And since they're coming from two different places, they're basically in a race to your phone. And guess what? The tiny, speedy alert almost always wins. It can easily outrun the much bigger, heavier data packet that contains the actual content.
You know, there's another reason this can happen, and it's super common. Say you have an app open on your laptop. You see a message, you read it. Done. But that notification for your phone, it was already on its way. By the time it arrives and you tap it, the app already knows you've seen the content, so it shows you nothing new.
Okay, so all of this points to the real reason the system is built this way. It's a very deliberate trade-off. It's all about speed.
The system is designed to do one thing above everything else: prioritize that alert. Get that little heads up to your screen as fast as humanly or, well, technologically possible.
And what does the system get for doing this? Two huge wins: speed and battery life. Sending that tiny little alert is incredibly fast and sips power. Just imagine if your phone had to wake up and download the full photo for every single notification you get. Your battery would be dead by lunch.
But there's a price to pay for all that speed. And the price is perfect synchronization. The system basically says, okay, I'm going to be super fast, but sometimes the alert is going to get there first, and that's what creates that weird, confusing moment for you.
All right, so let's put it all together now. We can finally solve the mystery of the empty app.
So first, remember, that buzz in your pocket is just a heads up. It's a signal to the app saying, hey, you might want to go check for something.
It is not the content. Your tap is the trigger. When you tap that notification, that's the moment the app actually goes, okay, time to go get the real data from the server. See, our brains are wired for simplicity. We see the notification and we just assume it's all one thing. Alert equals content. We figure if we can see the alert, the content must already be there waiting. But the system doesn't think like we do. It's performing two totally separate tasks. First, deliver the alert. Then, and only after you tap, does it go and perform the second task, fetch the content. So, what happens if those two things are out of sync? Well, that tiny little gap, maybe it's just a fraction of a second, between the alert arriving and the content actually downloading, that's the whole problem. You were just too quick. You opened the app right in the middle of that gap.
And there it is. That's why the app is sometimes empty. It's not fake, it's not a bug. The notification was real. You just got there before the package did. You tapped the alert so fast that you opened the door just as the delivery truck was still pulling up to the curb, and that explains the phantom notification.